Imagine living in a world where a single secret could change history. A glance, a coded message, or a whisper in a crowded cafe could shift the balance between peace and nuclear war. During the Cold War, spies were more than agents. They were ghosts in plain sight, waging invisible battles for the fate of the world, from double agents and dead drops to betrayals and blackmail. This is the untold story of the hidden world of Cold War espionage, where truth was stranger than fiction, and loyalty could be a death sentence. When World War II ended in 1945, the world wasn't at peace. It was split in two. On one side stood the United States and its allies, champions of democracy and capitalism. On the other, the Soviet Union, a communist superpower, determined to spread its ideology across the globe. The two nations didn't fight openly on the battlefield. Instead, they entered a silent, shadowy conflict. A war of spies, lies, and paranoia. Every embassy, every research lab, every diplomat's office became a potential battlefield. The world turned into one giant chessboard, and espionage became the most dangerous game on Earth. Two organizations stood at the heart of this covert war: the KGB in Moscow and the CIA in Washington. Both were built to outthink, outmaneuver, and outlast the other. The KGB, ruthless, disciplined, and feared, had agents in every corner of the Soviet Union and beyond. The CIA, meanwhile, recruited from Ivy League elites and war veterans, training operatives to blend in anywhere on Earth. Spy satellites scanned the skies. Codebreakers cracked messages deep underground, and agents in trenchcoats met under dim streetlights in Berlin, London, and Vienna. This wasn't just about gathering information. It was about power, fear, and survival. The Cold War's most dangerous weapon wasn't a bomb. It was a double agent. People like Kim Philby, Aldrich Ames, and Robert Hanssen weren't just spies. They were traitors embedded deep inside intelligence agencies, selling their nation's secrets for ideology, money, or ego. Philby, a member of Britain's MI6 and part of the infamous Cambridge Five, fed information to the Soviets for decades, exposing operations and condemning countless agents to death. In America, Aldrich Ames of the CIA and FBI agent Robert Hanssen each delivered devastating blows to U.S. intelligence, revealing covert operations and crippling networks. To their handlers, they were heroes of the Soviet cause. To the West, they were ghosts of betrayal, proof that no one could be trusted. Behind every mission was a toolkit of genius and paranoia. Hidden cameras inside cigarette packs, messages disguised as laundry tickets, poison-tipped umbrellas, microdots small enough to hide an entire document inside a period on a sentence. The Cold War made innovation an obsession. Scientists, engineers, and psychologists worked hand-in-hand with intelligence officers to create gadgets that could outsmart human senses. Even language became a weapon. Coded phrases, secret dead drops, and double meanings filled the airwaves. Every move was psychological warfare. Every smile could be an act of deception. If there was one city that embodied Cold War espionage, it was Berlin. After World War II, the German capital was split in two: the democratic West and the communist East. The Berlin Wall wasn't just a physical barrier. It was a symbol of everything the Cold War stood for. Here, spies crossed borders through secret tunnels. Intelligence traded hands at midnight. Western and Eastern agents watched each other from across checkpoints, knowing one wrong move could ignite a global catastrophe. The city became a living, breathing battleground of information, the stage for countless escapes, captures, and covert operations. Berlin was, quite literally, the nerve center of the Cold War. As the Cold War advanced, so did the tools of spying. Satellites orbited Earth, capturing military movements from space. Computers began decoding intercepted messages faster than any human could. But beyond hardware, the real power was in information warfare. Propaganda became a global weapon, each side trying to shape hearts and minds through films, news, and radio broadcasts. Operation Mockingbird in the US and Soviet disinformation campaigns blurred truth until it was unrecognizable. The goal wasn't just to know what the other side was doing, it was to control what the world believed. Behind every secret mission were real people living double lives. Defectors, spies who switched sides, risked everything for freedom or redemption. Families were torn apart. Agents lived with a constant fear of exposure. Even inside intelligence agencies, paranoia ran rampant. Every phone call, every glance, every mistake could mean death. Some agents disappeared without a trace, erased by the very organizations that created them. In the end, espionage wasn't about nations. It was about people, their ambitions, fears, and the fragile trust that held the world back from nuclear annihilation. When the Berlin Wall fell in the world celebrated the end of the Cold War. But the shadow of espionage didn't vanish. It evolved. Former spies became consultants. Cyber warfare replaced codebooks, and intelligence agencies adapted to the digital age. The old world of secret meetings and invisible ink gave way to hacking, surveillance, and online disinformation. The Cold War might have ended, but the war for information never did. In the hidden world of Cold War spies, victory was never clear, and truth was the most dangerous weapon of all. These agents operated in a gray zone between morality and necessity, between duty and survival. They shaped world events, not with armies, but with secrets. Their actions still echo in the modern world of cyber espionage and political manipulation. The next time you read about modern intelligence or digital warfare, remember, it all began with a handshake in a dark alley, a coded message on a scrap of paper, and a lie told for a cause. If you enjoyed uncovering the hidden world of Cold War spies, hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more deep dives into the secret stories that shaped history. Drop a comment below. Which Cold War spy story do you want us to uncover next? Until next time, stay curious, because history always has another secret waiting to be revealed.